You haven't started recording? So we don't have the predator noises on. Don't have your predator noises. Well,
right. Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'll do a rehash of the predator noises.
Yeah, here's what you miss, guys. Hell yeah!
And then the.
I don't know what that noise is.
You know the like when he turns on his heat vision. It's like that. All right, let's try it one more time.
But like I've never heard like get on the tools.
Yeah, beat the fuck out of your dad. Yeah.
Fix your shit, bitch.
I don't know. Were they just Germans or were they Nazis?
I don't know what I'm saying. ASMR, like reading sounds. Ooh, yes.
I wonder what the sex is like. Do you think it's like angry?
Wow, dude.
Not even looking at the kid.
I don't know, man. There's so enough about him.
Why can't people just be normal and just fucking beat off in private?
So unprofessional.
What the fuck? Get on the tools.
Doesn't that his regular vision? He doesn't turn on his heat vision. That's just what he always hears and sees. It's just hell. Because he has... I don't know.
True.
Does he have a device that makes him see in heat vision? I think he just sees in heat vision. I thought
it was his helmet. But actually, maybe I don't know if they clarified or not. Because in the new one...
In Prey?
He takes off his helmet. Yeah, Prey.
Oh, yeah.
Takes off his helmet and...
They've taken off their helmets before, like in other iterations of Predator. That's not
but I don't think they show their perspective once the helmet's off.
No.
I don't know. Maybe they do. Maybe I just don't remember. Maybe I haven't watched Predator enough in my lifetime. I actually watched Predator 2 not long ago.
How was it? What do you think? I watched Aliens. We'll compare them. We'll stack them up. Aliens
to Predator 2?
Yeah.
There's a bit of a bar. There's a bit of like a dissonance to them both. Because you think that like... I don't know, because they're kind of in that shared universe almost. Mostly just because of Alien versus Predator, but Aliens is beyond way better than Predator 2.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Like Predator 2 is the acting is so over the top, but it's in a like funny way. But it's kind of bad in some points. But the general action scenes are pretty good though. They're pretty fun. The dialogue is so corny and there's a couple of really cool scenes, like the inside of the Predator ship is really dope. That looks sick.
Is Predator 2 with Martin Lawrence? No, I'm thinking of Predators.
No, it's Danny Glover.
And when I say Martin Lawrence, I'm actually thinking of Lawrence Fishburne. Is who I'm actually thinking of in Predators, which I think actually is a very good movie. Adrian Brody,
Predators,
that German
guy. That is pretty good.
So it stacks up to Aliens, maybe.
No. Aliens is in a league of its own. No,
Aliens is... I don't know. It's all right. I hadn't seen it before.
I love Aliens.
And
you hadn't seen it before?
No, I'd never seen it before.
What?
And it has the guy. He's the Marine. I think he ends up playing. It's not Sam Neill, but he's like the guy who looks a bit like Sam Neill. He's the guy who. He's the guy who's always like, "It's fuck, game over, man."
Yeah. Maybe you're talking about Bill Paxton. Doesn't look anything like Sam Neill. Jesus Christ.
He looks like Sam Neill. As an older man, he ends up because he plays. Oh, does he play the lead in Seventh Heaven? Is that who I'm thinking of?
No, not at all. That's like
is he in Big Love?
The other dude.
Who's in Big Love?
In Big Love?
Bill Paxton is in Big Love, yeah.
You said Seventh Heaven.
Yeah, but he's in that as well, isn't he?
Is he?
I don't know.
I don't think he's the main.
I never saw Seventh Heaven, but he's like famous for it.
The main guy from Seventh Heaven is the guy who plays Dee and Dennis's real dad in Always Sunny. That guy.
Yeah, he looks like Bill Paxton. They're similar.
He doesn't look like Bill Paxton. He's just a white dude. Sure, he doesn't.
He looks like Bill Paxton. For sure.
I swear, no one looks like Bill Paxton. Bill Paxton is the only person who looks like Bill Paxton.
Everyone looks like Bill Paxton. This is an insane.
No one looks like Bill Paxton except for Bill Paxton. No. He's such a unique. He's also in Terminator. He's in the. He's in the first Terminator as well.
James Cameron. I think it's pretty funny how much Aliens is just Avatar, but nobody would let James Cameron make Avatar at the time because they didn't have $450 trillion to fund it.
What?
It is.
The only similarity is just the fact that there's aliens and there's Marines. Like, that's it.
No. And there's the villain is like the greedy corporate, like, money grubbing,
Oh yeah,
very
true,
subtly Jewish guy. That's like, but we could get the unobtainium maybe. And
but Ripley doesn't decide to go try and fuck some like the xenomorphs.
No, that's true. But that's because James Cameron had to pervert his artistic integrity in order to make it. But the end fight is still the like robot, mech suit fight that he does in Avatar.
True. Maybe he just like took a lot of cues from his aliens. Maybe when he was writing Avatar.
I guess so.
Because it is similar, actually.
It's that movie that's around that time where they started to just put children in every movie. They were like, oh, put a child in every single movie. It'll be so much better. And it's just trash.
But no. In Aliens, it makes sense because she lost her
Aliens
daughter.
Is,
so
well, yeah.
Because
it's like Aliens is one of the better ones. But it's just like Jurassic Park and E.T. and fucking Temple of Doom. Just all this.
Whoa! Don't you talk shit about Short Round. Short Round is a legend.
Well, I think there are other children.
He makes that,
Round. And is he a legend?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he stands the test of.
He
PC
does.
time.
Him and Indy are head and like they're on the same level in that movie. I love Short Round. He's so funny.
I'm gonna disappoint you here. I'm not that big of an Indy fan. I like him as a character. He's.
I remember me and one of our friends. Do you remember when we finished high school and we were so dead set that we were gonna go to Peru and find some ancient ruins?
No.
And, like, that was just our plan after high school. That was a duo thing, We just wanted to go there ourselves. We wanted to because we were both. You weren't an indie fan, so like you didn't get it. Obviously,
you got me there.
That's why you weren't invited. We were
Peru.
hardcore indie fans, and we just wanted to go like explore Peru.
So delineate the plan for me. The plan was to get a couple of big backpacks, fill them with supplies, catch a plane to Peru, and then see how it unfolds.
It was the plan was more to buy a couple of those fedoras that Indiana Jones wears and a bullwhip.
Great start, yeah.
And just take those.
And just take those backpacks or supplies.
We're gonna probably take like a little rucksack just to carry some stuff in.
Of course, don't be foolish.
Basically, we wanted to dress up as Indiana Jones and see if we can
discover something.
Go and find some ruins. See if we can find some like supernatural things.
It belongs in a museum.
We were kind of half serious about it too. We actually kind of wanted to do that, and then we realized how much it would cost, and the fact that we probably would die if we tried to do that.
Yeah, as well as the fact that you can't just wander into Peru and expect to find. I'm pretty sure it's pretty well explored. It's not the fucking. It's not space. It's not the surface of Mars.
No.
Peru's,
we were sure
the mysterious Orient.
It's because people went, but they didn't have the bullwhip, so they couldn't get across the chasms. That's what we were thinking. They didn't.
Right. So there's these
wrap it around
sort of 15 feet long gaps, and they've defeated every explorer that has come.
They're like shit. Oh, turn around. I see the ruins just over there, but and we can't do it. We can't get over that. We can't get over this gap.
And would you have
we'll leave that for someone
with the bullwhip beforehand? Or?
Yeah, we're going to buy one and practice like swinging from things. Try and like wrap them around. Because apparently you can do it.
Really? I don't know about... No, because that'd be weighted at the end, wouldn't it? It'd have to have some kind of...
No. Well, they do. Weight. They have like a little knot thing on the end. So they have like a little knot thing on the end. I'm pretty sure
that's not heavy enough to like swing around.
No. But I think it's from the tension of the fact that you have to like wrap it really hard, and then you use the tension, and that holds it in place. So and then you swing across. So it all relies on your weight of holding the tension of the wrap around the whatever object. Like
I suppose, but then it also is predicated on there being something exactly, not exactly, but pretty much exactly halfway
the length of the fucking
halfway along this pit, which has a very small size limit as far as it goes as it is.
You have to rely on the fact that it
has to have some kind of very lucky tree branch.
Convenient branches across every single gap.
Every single chasm. And then it's just a flat, even chasm from one side to the other. It's not a, rock climb or anything sort of situation. It's just flat ground and then a chasm like fucking Crash Bandicoot the game, you know what I mean? You just double jump over.
That's what we're hoping for.
Yeah. But alas, I was going to ask you have you been overseas? I know you've been to, Bali? Thailand?
Yeah. I've been to Japan, Bali,
Japan.
Thailand.
All
Singapore,
Asia?
Papua New Guinea,
New Guinea.
and I think that's it. I'm trying to think of
Think
anywhere
that's
else.
it?
I think that's it. Yeah, I wouldn't mind going to like Europe or somewhere, maybe Germany, or like because you can just like kind of backpack all across Europe pretty easily. So that'll be dope.
Is that next on the list?
I haven't gotten that.
Head to Germania.
Kind of, yeah, half on the list. I was never really interested in Europe. I was always more interested in the Asian cultures, but now I kind of
you've done a few of them.
about it.
Mm.
Yeah. What about you?
Japan is next on my list.
Hell yeah, Japan's cool.
But I've been to Britain as well. Britain's beautiful. I fucking love castles so much. I love a castle. I honestly, if I ever win like $15,000, I'm just gonna be like, well, goodbye everybody, and just live in a castle in the middle of nowhere, just some dilapidated wreck that some guy's trying to get rid of.
You say $10,000?
Yeah, you can buy because the castles are pieces of shit. Like they're more of a liability than an asset. They're just these rundown. You know what I mean? These awful, rundown, crumbling, 600-year-old pieces of falling down stone that aren't safe to live in. And they're not, you know what I mean? You have to spend all this money fixing them up, or you can just live in the death trap.
You should do that, and then start your own sovereign state, and make a moat.
Yep, crossbow anybody who comes near my domain without a passport.
Yeah, it's have people visiting, just being like lost, and they just like find their way to a castle, and they're just like, "Oh, do you think anyone lives in this castle?" Probably not.
Of course, nobody lives in this castle. It's dilapidated and shitty and run down. Let's just walk up to it without announcing ourselves as friend to the laird within. Yep, and that's how we get a crossbow bolt to the freaking sternum.
Wasn't there like a crossbow killing like not long ago?
I was just
it
thinking
in Australia, I think?
Someone attacked someone with a bow and arrow somewhere. I was thinking about that just then. Let's have a look. Bow and arrow attack. Australia.
I swear there was like a crossbow attack on like police officers or something. Like this guy had a standoff with his crossbow.
In Wollongong on August 18th, 2022, someone attacked someone with a bow and arrow. Someone who was 19 got shot with a bow and arrow.
Was shot with the bow and arrow.
So he was on the roof, and he shot one person with the bow and arrow. This is a short article. The article in its entirety the entirety of the article is: a man has been charged after allegedly shooting a 19-year-old in the chest with a compound bow in Wollongong. Police were alerted to the alleged attack when the teen showed up at a Wollongong hospital with an arrow wound to his chest yesterday. So I enjoy that nobody at the time noticed anything. He had to get all the way to the hospital, and they had to be like, what happened to you?
What the fuck?
And he's like, a dude sniped me from the roof next to a parking lot in the mall with a bow and arrow. That's what happened to me.
Can you imagine how shocking that would be?
Just catching an arrow all of a sudden.
Oh, what the fuck? And not doing anything except be like, I guess I should probably go to the hospital for this. And just walk yourself to the fucking hospital.
I think I saw an interview with a guy who helped him get to the hospital or whatever. But the article continues. A 22-year-old was arrested on the roof of a Coniston house after he fled when officers turned up at a nearby unit. Okay, so he wasn't necessarily on the roof at the time, like doing weird bow and arrow shit, like Lara Croft.
Just
modern Tomb Raider. He must have just fled. He was taken to the police station and charged with reckless wounding and possess prohibited drugs. So he hadn't finished smoking his 8-ball before the police arrested him with the bow and arrow. He was refused bail and will appear in Wollongong local court later today. And that's the whole article. What? Did the guy live?
What?
I assume that 19-year-old lived because he wasn't charged with murder.
Yeah. I feel like why is it always the people that are just like into like doing drugs always just they don't have just a standard weapon, they always have something fucking intricate like a bow and arrow, like a katana or some shit. Like they never just have like just a gun or a knife, it's always something a bit extra.
Well, because you got me there. I suppose because the drugs create a wonderful fantasy land that they live in, and a bow and arrow is a much more of a, it must have something to do with the confidence that meth gives you. Because the meth you must go, you know what it is, man? What it really is? It's bow and arrow, man. Everyone thinks gun. I'm like, no, shotgun, no. bow and arrow. You get good enough,
it's quick,
just as deadly.
silent.
Silent. Exactly. That's the conversation that he has with another method like 60 times a week, and eventually he just gets together enough money to go buy a bow and arrow. And
he must have been
the
pretty
rest is
solid at
history.
it though, because firing a bow and arrow is actually not that easy. So like he must be practicing for a while to be able to land a good shot on
Mate,
unless it was like
I
a
see-
point blank.
I don't know. That's why I'm so annoyed that the article is so short. Why did he shoot him? Where was he shooting him from? Is he just randomly firing and he accidentally hit him? Because that's the story that you'd go with in court, for sure. You'd just be like, oh, I'm just an idiot, not a criminal.
Okay, can you imagine if he's like just standing out the front of his house, just aiming a bow at some dude, and this dude just walking past, like looking at him, be like, "What the fuck is this cunt doing? Like, why has he got a bow?" And then he just point blank fires it into his chest.
No, wait, let me have a look. He was charged with reckless wounding, so I assume it was an accident from that.
It
Right?
must have been, yeah.
Reckless wounding says to me that he's just a moron firing a bow and arrow into a crowd. Which, to be fair,
Fucking crazy, man.
our chippy friend once fired a bow and arrow at one of our other friends because, just on a lark, we missed him.
Yeah.
But he, a man who I consider to be of perfectly adequate intelligence, just thought it'd be fine to loose an arrow towards a vulnerable human being, but we got away with that one. And
Was it
never
a
got
proper?
to
Was it a
fire
proper arrow, or was it like one
Yeah.
of those blunt ones? It was a proper.
No,
arrow?
it was like it
Damn.
was a proper arrow from this like junior Cobra compound bow, this like little kids compound bow that I own.
That's pretty hectic.
Yeah. Shouts out to the circus clown for buying me that one for my birthday. Big ups. Many years ago. Don't have a lot of opportunities to use it because I lose all the arrows and I don't have a yard anymore, so
Just fire them just over the fence.
yeah, just launch it at whoever.
I always wanted to try and get good at bow and arrows, but
It is
Firstly,
fun. Like
yeah.
you need you kind of need to put aside too much time though to go and have a little fucking work with it and find a good spot. I suppose I could
And then, like,
join a club or something.
What can you do afterwards? I guess you can hunt rabbits or something.
Yeah, go to the Olympics or hunt rabbits.
Yeah.
Those are the two options. You could kill a man
just
at a
hunt people.
You could just get charged with reckless wounding at a Wollongong parking lot.
That's in Wollongong in a parking lot.
Yeah.
So wait, he got shot in a parking lot.
I believe so, but I might be making that up because there's the interview that I was referring to earlier. The guy is like, because you didn't see it, someone posted it in the group chat, and it's just a guy, and he's like, I bloody came out to the car park, and there saw someone with a bloody arrow in his chest, so I started dodging back and forth like this, because I thought, who's going to bloody shoot me with an arrow? I got over to him and was like, come on, copper, let's go to the bloody hospital. You don't remember that?
That's a good like first instinct though. Is that if you see a dude with an arrow out of his chest, just immediately start fucking
dodging.
zigzagging,
That is
just in case that next one's coming for you.
active shooter situation. Guys, well trained. You must have been a Navy SEAL or some kind of
Yeah.
What's our equivalent of Navy SEAL? Just Special Ops or SAS?
We have the SAS. I think.
SAS,
I think we have
yeah,
like
boo.
we probably have like a Navy equivalent. I imagine. Navy SEAL.
I
Australia.
don't know if we have too many.
I mean, we just have the. Oh, that's the SAS. That's the equivalent.
Yeah, they are the sort of they're sort of their own branch
Yeah.
of the military.
I mean, they're like air service, but like
Oh, are they? Yeah, okay. Yeah.
probably just don't have enough. I don't know, resources or some shit to just have a aquatic version.
Well, I just don't think that we
Or
bother
need.
to have like weird crypto fascist, secret agent shit going on in our military. It's not really what our culture is about.
Yeah, that's true. We're more about firing bows into random crowds.
Yeah, well,
Did you see all that stuff about Twitter with like the Lockheed Martin, like the military
No, I know that Elon
weapons
owns,
dealers and
I know Elon owns
Well,
it, but
so like Elon Musk introduces because he bought Twitter, and he introduced this
Yeah.
thing a couple of days ago, where it's like you can pay $8 to be verified
Yeah. That I am not as like against Elon on that as everyone else. But go on.
But like, so people did that, and then they changed their names to companies, and like were basically doing false announcements. So the Lockheed Martin one was like, which is like a they're like an arms manufacturer and weapons dealer, and someone made a post as them saying that, and it was said like it was verified and stuff because it had the blue tick, and they made a post saying that they weren't going to sell to Saudi Arabia anymore until they had background checks on if they were killing children or not. and then there was one for there was a company that distributes insulin, and they have like, I guess, a patent on insulin, so the other places that make it, they charge like $450 or something like that for it.
Yeah.
And they someone made a fake account and that said that they would now going to be basically saying that it's free now. Insulin is free.
Yeah.
And the real company had to come out and be like, no, it's not free. It still costs this much.
Gouging.
And then they're and I don't know if it's related or not, but both those companies' stocks dropped by like 6% or something like that. On both. But I don't know if it's related or not. But it's pretty good timing. Pretty crazy timing. And there was one with Nintendo where someone just made a fake Nintendo account and just had Mario just flipping off people. And that caused the Nintendo stocks to rise, actually. So they helped out.
That's pretty funny. Nintendo stock is like pretty solid. They have such a speaking.
It's just such a funny oversight. And I think it was an idea for Elon Musk to make a bank back because he spent like $40 billion or something.
Yeah, well, he was trying to do some weird like PR like stunt instead of actually buy it, and then they sued him and forced him to buy it. So sell a bunch of his fucking like Tesla stuff to pay for it, which is pretty funny.
And then apparently it's like it was worth, I can't remember how much it was worth, but it's worth like $8 billion now or something like that. It's dropped by like 200% or some shit like that. I don't know. It's kind of it's pretty wacky.
It is. I mean, but it's also delicate. But to sort of expound on my idea about Elon Musk charging for the blue tick, it's not such a bad idea if you ask me. I mean, obviously the rollout's been a bit of a fucking disaster. But, like, honestly, if you don't charge people to use the platform, it still is, like, at its heart trying to make money. Like, that's what the platform wants to do, is make money. So instead of just straight up being like, here, give us money and we'll do a service for you, which is how everything fucking works. That's how normal shit just works all the time. It says, okay, it's all free, but then they're doing all this weird, like, advertising and all this, like, secret, like, company-sponsored shit, and they're, like, secretly beholden to all these companies that, like, you know what I mean? That give them money and so on to be, like, preferred on their platform and to spread this propaganda. So it's not, like, to me, it's not that crazy of an idea. And even though he's obviously just doing it for money and for people, like, he doesn't give a fuck about free speech or whatever the fuck he tweets about. He doesn't give a fuck about protecting
he doesn't give a shit about comedy.
He's just he's just a scumbag. But in, like, the actual theory of it, there is some, like, merit to it, if you ask me.
I can agree with, like, in theory of it, but I think on a platform like Twitter, I think it was a dumb idea. No one's going to pay. I don't think regular people are going to pay money to keep their blue marks, and just even famous people are going to pay money to keep their blue check marks on a platform that is where there's no reason for you to pay money in the first place, because all you're doing is tweeting your thoughts. Really, majority of the platform is just them tweeting their thoughts, and I don't think they want to pay money to be able to.
You get preferential, like, tweet and stuff, don't you? You get more.
Yeah, but it then becomes like almost like
there's other benefits.
Yeah, but it becomes like a pay to win thing at that point, because the people who say, like, if you're a comic and you've got a pretty good following as it is, but you're not verified, then your tweets and shit, like your jokes that you do on the platform, will get buried if you don't pay for this thing. So it's kind of a cop out at the same point. So I don't know. I don't agree. Does
have a check.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Maybe, but if I don't know, if you're a professional in the entertainment industry, just pay the $100 a year, frankly.
But I think it's because it's like on a website that has always been free, and it's just always been a sort of place where you can just basically tweet your thoughts. That was the entire point of
I
it.
suppose so.
And it made money through ads, and now I think he's freaking out because a whole bunch of ads, like people paying for ads, are going to be leaving because they don't want to have been caught in a shitstorm. That's like
just the weird shit that he's going to do. I suppose so. I guess the like heart of the problem is that it's like a huge tech company, and those are evil inherently. So no matter what they do, it's
exactly.
Like, it's just evil no matter what they fucking do.
I've been playing Cyberpunk, and that's what I've been picking up from it. Is that tech is evil?
Oh yeah, the show got you back to the game.
Yeah, it brought me back. Maybe want to play it. It's good. It runs well
are
now.
Are you running on PS5? What's going on?
PC. I'm playing it on PC.
Hell yeah, dog.
Because
it was such a big launch when that game came out, but it just has pitted out.
Yeah, I bought it day one on PS4.
PS4,
because I heard that, and then it was like okay, but there was so many fucking loading issues, and it would like areas wouldn't load in while I'm driving, and cars would just randomly just spawn in, like they'd load in while I'm driving, so I'd just spawn inside of a car. Like they would spawn inside of me while I'm driving, and so it was shit like that. And then I'd end up just buying it again on PC because I was enjoying it. Like it was a fun game. It just shouldn't have been on the previous should have been a PS5 and future sort of game. They shouldn't have tried to put it on PS4, but it's good. It's a very fun game. Very immersive. They fell short on a couple of things. Like they had this whole thing where apparently all the AI like NPCs had their daily routines, and that was just bullshit. They don't. They literally just are on tracks where they just walk up and down the street.
Sure, some of them just walk up and down the street. That's their routine.
Everyone's just constantly exercising. That's it.
No, I never played it myself. But you're scared of that future? You don't live in the cyberpunk universe?
I honestly would. I both want to, but also, don't want to.
Sure.
Like, I think the idea of it is super cool. The aesthetic of it and the fact that you can, have robotic parts, like cyber eyes and, knives that come out of your arm. That shit's dope.
What would be your cybernetic enhancement if you could get?
Ooh.
What would you go to?
I reckon
one.
I get one? Damn. Okay.
You can only afford one. Yeah.
So it's like, one of the most goofiest answers I could think of is just binocular eyes, just so I could see things from further. Yeah,
this is pretty useful, utility, I guess, in general. But it's lots of small advantages, not any sort of big.
Yeah, not this. But I think that would be kind of funny. But
kind of funny.
Otherwise, maybe jumping, enhanced legs, calf muscles, so I can jump really high and do some dunking. So I can finally dunk in my life.
Get into the NBA and stuff.
Oh, do you reckon they do enhanced? Do you think you have to they have enhanced sports in the cyberpunk world?
Enhanced and non-enhanced, they must do. Otherwise,
or do you think do you think that you have to be? It's they're almost like performance enhancing drugs, where you have to be clean to play the sports.
I suppose the point of the cyberpunk world is that it's so corrupt and fucked up that it's probably all scripted and staged. You know what I mean? There's not really any pure sport left.
True.
It's just gladiator entertainment. That's all scripted. It's just WWE, across the board, but with lasers.
Can you imagine a game? It's like Slamball, but with everyone's just fucking kitted up with all these enhancements.
I can't believe you remember Slamball. That's so funny.
Slamball was dope. I used to watch that shit all the time.
To the Slamball league? What was the Slamball player salary, I wonder? Let's have a look.
Why did it even get cancelled? That shit was awesome.
Okay, so here's the thing from 2012. So the average for all players falls somewhere between $10,000 and $20,000 a season.
It had its first major international tournament in China in 2012.
In China, was it?
What?
That felt like an American. Well, that was an American sport.
But it says it wait, they're bringing it back.
Oh, yeah?
Slamball inaugural season 2023. It's coming back.
Hell yeah, man. Who are the teams? Slamball. Jesus fucking Christ. If you want to have the sport that people take seriously, don't call it Slamball. You have to call it something else.
I can't find anything else on this. I feel like someone just wrote that in as a hopeful thing. So that
oh, yeah?
Just kind of wishful
Every
thinking.
year they go back and push it back. every year.
Yeah, positive thinking. What is it called?
All right,
Where
2024 then.
you
Manifestation.
try to wish it into existence? Yeah, manifestation, that's it.
Manifestation.
Some dude's just so, what's it? It's probably like one of the players who was like, his only career was like he managed to do well in Slamball, so he's hoping to bring it back.
He has the MVP, sure, all-time score, like highest scorer on Slamball. It was entertaining. It was just, it needed to, I don't know. It could have been something. It needed a few tweaks, but it's not stupider than any other sport.
Oh, it is coming. Oh, god damn it.
What?
I want to read about it on CBS Sports, but it says I have to fucking sign
Subscribe.
up. This shit.
Fuck that. Fuck your bullshit, CBS.
But it's coming back. The creator of it, he says it's coming back.
The creator of Slamball.
He announced it on TMZ Sports. His name is
a 9-year-old.
What's his name? Mason Gordon. That's a badass name. Mason Gordon.
Mason Gordon here for Slamball.
I'm like trying to read up on like what he doesn't. He just says that it's like he's trying to bring it back.
Oh, hell yeah! One of the
we're not going to come back until the market conditions are like really optimal. That's his quote.
Okay. So no COVID. Obviously, they had to take a break through there. That was just necessity. They weren't going to risk their players in a league bubble. It just wasn't going to happen. One of the autocompletes for when you Google Slamball is Slamball courts near me.
Oh, I'm going to look that up right now. I'm pretty sure we have like a trampoline place near here where like you just jump around.
Yeah, but do they have basketball hoops so you can really hurt yourself?
Well, I'm sure if I just like, you know, I'm going to lobby for it here. I'm going to start a campaign that I'm going to run for become the mayor of this my little area, and I'm going to say my whole thing. I'm bringing Slamball back.
The mayor of the little area, is it? I don't even know what jurisdiction that would be.
Mayor, I don't know. Is there a mayor of Canberra, or is there like a mayor of like the smaller districts?
There's probably not a mayor of Canberra actually, because capital cities do this weird thing where like they don't have, you know what I mean? They have their own like separate sort of federal body of government.
Yeah. So I would be the mayor of the area that I'm in. I'm not going to say because I'm not going to dox myself.
Okay, sure. I think you can be like,
that's getting me hyped. Those photos of like these dudes doing sick ass dunks on the Slamball,
just like these ordinary ass white dudes that are reaching new heights.
That's it. That's why I like Slamball, is because it gives the people who can't dunk the opportunity. That's my slogan.
In their hair. Oh yeah,
that's what I'm running with. I'm saying it's been too long that height has determined who can and cannot dunk. I'm going to change that. I'm bringing Slamball right to this town so everyone can dunk.
Well, I don't know why that they... I don't know. They have I feel like the net in basketball is too high. Just bring it down 2 feet, and you know what I mean? I feel like it'd just be a lot more fun. Be close to the ground. And
I feel...
What's the difference?
Surely there must have been a reason why it was put up at that, like that. There's the...
I bet the original reason that they would put it up there like that is they're probably like, all right, this is as high as any, like this is higher than anyone is ever going to be able to jump. And that's the point, you know what I mean? This is just above what anybody physically could ever leap to, this height, and so that'll be the height of the hoop. So that way, you have to throw the ball in. You can't ever put the ball in by jumping.
Yeah,
and people are just like,
hold my beer. Or like the person who created basketball had it that height because he was the only person who could dunk.
Oh yeah,
so he's like, no, I think that's about the right height. It's like. I think that works for everyone equally.
I believe basketball was invented to keep baseball players fit in the off season.
Yeah.
James Naismith invented basketball. He's like in a suit. He's in a 3-piece suit with a basketball. He's definitely not going to be dunking, if you could see this man.
What was his name?
James Naismith. N-A-I Smith.
James
and he looks like Teddy Roosevelt. He looks exactly...
Bro, this dude is fucking looks sick. This is the dude who made basketball?
Yeah, it looks like...
He does look like Teddy Roosevelt.
He was a Springfield College instructor and graduate student.
What was his height?
He was 8'11".
Yes, tallest man alive. Height. Here we go.
Literally
Look at his
only
height.
person
He
that
was
could dunk.
5'10", 10 and a half. So I
And
mean,
that's pretty tall at the time. That was as tall as he get.
yeah. He looks so fucking cool. I'd love to ball with this dude.
I love that he initially invented basketball with the basket was closed at the bottom. That's the best.
So everyone had to
Had
fucking
to stop
take
and
it down.
get it out. Yeah. Get into the basket somehow and
That is actually next time. Next Halloween, I'm gonna dress up as James Naismith and just carry a ball in a trash can around.
people are gonna be like, "Why are you dressed as Teddy Roosevelt with a?"
I'm
With a
James
ball.
Naismith. I invented basketball.
You look like Teddy Roosevelt. I'm James Naismith, obviously.
I'm obviously James Naismith. What do you reckon his nickname was? I reckon it was Jimmy Nay. Yo, Jimmy Nay, pass the ball.
He's doing the nay nay, yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy Nay Nay. Yo, Jimmy, drop the Nay Nay.
And then he'd do the fucking tomahawk dunk into the basket, and they'd be
When
like,
you-
"All right, excellent. Now to climb up this small ladder and retrieve the ball from inside of the basket."
When did they decide how? Because when did he invent it? Basketball? 1890. Oh no. Okay, 1891. So when did they decide to add a net in? The basketball hoops have nets. It was added in 1901. So for a good fucking 10 years.
10
They were
decade. On the 10th anniversary, they're like, let's switch it up. I think.
Yeah, like, I'm sick of this. And James is like, no, it's perfect. It gives us time to breathe. It gives us time to recuperate.
Well, yeah, that's true. We can eat
The games are
steak and
taking
eggs
4
between-
hours.
I assume the clock doesn't stop, so it's just every game finishes 16-12.
Yeah, it's just so...
Bullshit. And the ball, I bet, is a fucking medicine ball, which doesn't bounce at all.
That looks-
You
it
look at the
looks like
ball
a
that he's
fucking
holding,
medicine.
and it just it looks like a cow's
That's-
bladder.
Probably was.
fucked.
It was probably fucking
Yeah.
high.
Looks
Absolutely.
like it weighs 65 pounds.
Yeah, but that's how he got Jack. Look at this dude. You can see he's wearing that
Jacked.
suit, but underneath, I bet he's fucking bulked.
Just rippling.
Yeah. He's like, you know, when those dudes who like look fat, but they're actually just all muscle. That's what I reckon he is from throwing that medicine ball around.
No, I think whatever. Maybe. What would your job be if you lived in medieval times?
In medieval times?
Yeah, what would be your career?
I would be a blacksmith.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
That one
No.
doesn't make that much sense to some of those.
Tell you what.
That's a bit of a cryptic pun to some of our
You
listeners.
can figure that one out. You get a cookie.
I see you working in a
Dox me.
mill more. Or...
I think I would probably a legitimate job. I don't know if I think I'd want to do something interesting because like it's such shitty times to live. So I'd want to do something where I probably would die at least having fun. So I probably would try and be like a knight, a gladiator, like sort of
Oh
thing.
yeah,
Where I just
So
like
you're
to
a
fight
soldier?
people.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Sounds brutal.
But like
as
no,
fuck.
but not like a soldier who just like someone who it takes part in like, you know, tournaments and shit. Like I'd like that to be my job, where I just
have
would
to be
get my
in
head
high
bashed
entry
in and
train.
possibly die.
Possibly,
Yeah,
yeah. I don't think you're underestimating how mildly your head would get bashed in and would result in your death, though, because
Yeah.
any amount of head bashing and you'd be like, well, there's no medicine for there's no fixing this.
Yeah, true. You just live. Yeah, I just become slowly disabled. I think
The
that's
only
how it
solution
would
is
end.
to make the rest of your head the same shape. So I'll hit it with this brick, and hopefully we can even it out, and we get there in the end.
That's what I get my buddies to do. Well, yeah, you really clock me on the right side. You grab that brick there.
What would you be a weapon if you're a gladiator? Lots of different
Ooh.
medieval weapons
I
to
think-
choose from.
I feel like I'd go for a club, like a good
club?
real big
This
club.
is some
yeah.
brutal shit. Why club? Run me through this.
Because like it's close. You get close because like isn't like the whole point of like fighting? They never actually use their swords apart from like just bludgeoning each other with it, like most of the time.
one.
So I feel like a club. I skip out the middle, man. It's light, but it's got that heavy end, so I just be like, bah. Like I'd just be
Like
dodging. I'd be
Like a
strafing.
Tuscan Raider style stick? One of those...
Probably a bit shorter. A little
bit
bit short.
short,
Maybe just
okay.
like
Would you have a shield in the other hand?
kind of like a
or-
mace. Like a mace.
Mace,
No,
okay.
man, that's bare hands. I'm just like,
Bare
that's why they
hands.
kind of scared of me. This guy's not even using a shield. And I'm
Two
just
clubs,
running
or-
around in this my light. Yeah, two dual clubs.
Come with one, they block. Ooh, sorry.
Yeah,
Second club.
yeah. And then if I get the opening for it, I give them the double squish on both sides of their heads.
What? Just the clap?
Yeah, just the clap.
That's pretty wild, man. I think I'd probably beat you to death with it.
Did you watch that movie with Matt Damon and was it Adam Driver,
The
the
Last Duel.
medieval one? The Last Duel, yeah. Did you watch
I
that?
saw that in the cinema. It was good.
Nice.
It was not
It was,
bad.
yeah. I was just trying to remember, like, the final scene was pretty brutal, wasn't it? Like, the actual duel.
It was pretty brutal. I enjoy
That's
all
what-
the small
see, that's-
scenes with Matt Damon getting absolutely punked by everybody around him.
Yeah. Even in his own fucking thought, like, the way he viewed things, he was a little bitch.
That's true. His own rendition of the story. He was such a fucking bitch. That is true. That's true.
That was such an uncomfortable watch, because I watched it with my mum and my sister.
Nice.
And, like, the 2 rape scenes, I was
To
just like...
watch the 3 rape scenes.
Was it 3 rape scenes?
Well,
Yeah,
there's like
3
the
happened.
one where Adam Driver tells it, and it's not. It's like pretty much consensual.
Yeah.
Sex.
But, like, you can kind of pick up that it's, like, it's rape.
Well, she says no a
Or
bunch
play.
of times, which is whatever.
Yeah, but she's smiling while she says it, according to him. He's like, no.
Cut it out.
I'm married.
French people. I tell you
French
what,
people.
the look in that one is Ben Affleck's bleach blonde.
Yeah, that's such a
Backstreet Boys
fucking
hair.
vibe.
Stupid fucking.
Goatee. Or like
Oh, yeah.
is
That's
it
right.
just a chin strap? Is it just a chin like a no mustache, just a goat? Yeah. That's so good. That is such, and it's all bleach blonde too.
Let's have a look, see if I can see him. Yeah, so he's got the same facial hair as.
Man, I've always wanted to go bleach blonde, but I've always been too scared.
Want to go? I planned on it at one point in high school, but I didn't do it, and I think honestly, the right move. It's like platinum blonde, and then he just has the new metal like, just the goatee.
Yeah.
No mustache, just goatee.
He definitely listens to like fucking what's that fucking band? Shit. They did
Metallica.
Fuck. How am I drawing blanks
Seven
right now?
Dust.
I listen to them. Oh yeah,
Avenged Sevenfold.
They're definitely not new metal.
Avenged Sevenfold.
They're like rocking. They're like heavy metal.
heavy hard rock. Sure.
Fuck, they did that Last Resort. Papa Roach. He listens to Papa Roach.
Papa Roach does it,
And obviously Limp Bizkit. You know that song? This is my last resort.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We should
It's
recap
a
the last
banger.
duel with the Limp Bizkit soundtrack.
Yes. Just anytime Ben Affleck's on screen, it just starts playing.
Very softly in the background.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but it was a good movie. I didn't mind it. People sort of gave it some shit.
Well, didn't people give a shit because it was like the way they handled rape or some shit like that? But even though like,
no,
and then
I know that what's his name was a bitch about it. The guy who made it, Ridley Scott, was a bitch about it, and he released his statement before it came out. He released his statement saying, "Oh, all these millennials aren't gonna like my movie because they can't get off their phones for 10 minutes." And everyone was like,
"Oh, true.
Okay, buddy. Sounds like you're a little insecure about your shitty movie that you're releasing."
See, I thought for some reason it was the fact that a lot of people were upset about the story being told from, like, about a woman's like persecution and shit like that. From it's being told by a dude, like, especially like someone.
I get it, but she gets to tell a version of it at some point.
Yeah, and I think they had like 3 different writers write it, and they had a woman write her perspective, which I think worked. I think that's what actually made it work well. Is that they had 3 different people write the different perspectives, which worked in its favor.
Yeah,
but I don't know. All I know is like, yeah, Ridley Scott he's probably just jealous because he was making a lot of garbage beforehand. Like, he wasn't making good movies.
was he not? He's got some absolute bangers.
He's got heaps of bangers. I agree, but like in the last few years, Did you watch Alien Covenant? Did you watch that one?
I did watch Alien Covenant.
The
You
whole
like it?
twist. I thought it was okay. I thought it was just so weird how they had this really cool plot set up at the end of Prometheus, and then they just kind of like skipped it and just decided to make an alien movie.
I guess. Because you got to bring in the bucks. Let's see. Alright, let's take a look at the Ridley Scott. You tell me thumbs up, thumbs down to the Ridley Scott filmography. Alien.
Hell yeah, thumbs up.
Blade Runner.
Classic.
Prometheus.
Thumbs up. I like Prometheus. A lot of people didn't like, but I liked it. I thought
Gladiator.
It was very... Thumbs up. Yeah, that's good. That's a great movie. Fantastic.
House of Gucci. I didn't know he did that.
Which one?
House of Gucci.
Oh, I haven't
He
seen
must
that
have
yet.
produced it or something.
Yeah. House of Gucci. That's the one with Jared Leto, isn't it?
Yes. Jared
plays
Leto,
Gucci?
Lady Gaga,
Yeah.
Adam Driver. Well, it's a
Yeah.
Gucci family. They all Al Pacino.
True.
I think it's so funny that Al Pacino gets a pass for Scarface. The PC police really just let him off scot free on that one.
In the 80s? I don't think there were the PC
But they should have
police.
circled. Yeah, that's the point. But they were retroactively cancelling shit, and nobody gives Scarface a hard time. And it's just some Italian dude being like, "Come on, man! First you get the cocaine,
Cool.
then you get the money, then you get the women." And everyone's like, "Cool, nice." Also, this
Then
is
you
also,
get the women. No, was it? No, you get the power, and then
you
you
get the power, then you get the money,
Yeah.
you get the power.
I always
Yeah.
thought
And he's just some Italian.
wasn't that
guy.
his
Everyone's
bro
like,
that was
"Yeah,
telling him
nice."
that? Didn't his bro tell him that? Like his Cuban friend?
No, he's telling his friend that. I don't know. I don't like
true.
Scarface that much. It's a pretty fucking messy movie. It's not.
I always liked Scarface.
No,
Mostly because
no.
the soundtrack I thought was really... I thought the soundtrack was incredible. It's one of the
Really?
best soundtracks ever. It is. Brian, what's his name? He did it. An incredible...
Bryan Cranston, yeah.
Brian Cranston, yeah.
Yeah,
It was
and
his
you
first
knock him
role.
in the middle as an actor. He really can do it all.
Yeah. Man can do it all. What the fuck is his name? Oh, no. It's Giorgi Moroder, who's a fantastic producer. He did some songs with Daft Punk. I don't know. I like Scarface. I think it's a long fucking movie, though. It's a very long movie, and it kind of... But it has the best montage, like, of when it's like... What fucking song is it during the montage? Where, like, he's just dealing coke and just push it to the limit. It's so funny. It's like a song like that. Push it to the limit. The limit. And they're just, like, dealing coke and counting money and shit.
Ridley Scott did Black Hawk Down. Man, he's got some absolute
Yeah, Black Hawk Down, that was pretty good, right?
dimes.
I haven't seen it in a long time, but I remember I loved it when I was younger.
Black
thought it
Hawk
was
Down is really
awesome.
good.
War
He's doing
movie.
a film about Napoleon next year. He did The Martian. Did you see that?
Ooh, no, I haven't seen The Martian.
It's
I've
alright.
actually been meaning to for years.
Okay, now he's starting
The
to
Matt Damon classic.
drop off here.
Oh, shit.
It's Someone to Watch Over Me. He did Life in a Day, Britain in a Day, Death on the Nile, Matchstick
I've heard
Men,
of that one.
G.I. Jane.
I've heard of that one too.
None of these are getting.
Oh, G.I. Jane, that's a rough one.
Oh yeah, it was a little bit infamous. I never heard of it. Demi Moore. It's
Yeah,
got
Demi
79% of users liked it.
I just remember it being somewhat talk shit about. I think maybe just a lot of reviewers just thought it was dog shit. Blade Runner, I always think is really cool though. I think the movie itself isn't really that good, but I think when you like the plot isn't really that good.
Yeah, I agree with
But
that actually.
I think everything around it though is really,
Yeah,
really
the
nice.
movie and the aesthetic and even the music. Yeah, just each individual
And I think-
scene is pretty good.
Yeah. I think it's, but
Yeah.
overall, I just don't think that the actual story is really that.
The writing and the story,
good,
are like,
yeah.
yeah, all that powerful. But it was
pretty-
really trailblazing at the time.
It was.
You can't deny
Visually.
that.
And Vangelis did an excellent soundtrack for that too. But I reckon that Blade Runner 2049 actually retroactively makes Blade Runner better. Because I think it actually
Yeah,
adds a lot to
I
it.
like, but it's a bit long. It drags a bit. Blade Runner 2049.
It's
I remember.
so beautiful though. It is such a nice
guess.
movie just to watch,
all
like just for the
CGI.
visual aspect. And for like Ryan Gosling just being like, ah!
It's being
It's a
like
fantastic scene.
what? Being loose.
He screams. Did you not hear me scream?
No,
just then?
the limiter must have sound limiter must have cut off your screen.
Oh, I've got it here. You're gonna hear it in the recording.
Well, I don't react to it at all.
I'll do it one more time, see if you can pick it up.
Okay.
He's like, "Ah!"
Nah.
Did you hear it?
Nah. I didn't hear it.
Oh.
Nothing
Well, you
for
hear it
me.
twice
Discord limits it, so you can't scream in my
Just
ears.
give it, people listening, just give it a listen and give me a rating out of 10, how close it was to the original
Was the
scene.
Ryan Gosling scream?
Yeah, the Ryan Gosling screen.
The goose is
Oh.
loose. Alright, what time are we at?
We're at like 50 minutes.
50.
It's not too
Suppose
bad.
we'll,
Doing well.
Doing well, are we? I was sort of distracted by I was getting a call from my father. He was messaging me. He's moving out of our hometown. He's
Who?
off to my father.
Your dad, he's out of town.
He's
in
moving
the
out.
road.
Yeah.
Where's he going to? Give me a specific address right now. Say it live.
No, I don't know. Even if I knew it, I would not say it. But I can't say that I know exactly.
I wanna
Oh, there's
say
his
your dad-
address. No, I'm not going to say it out loud because I just have to beep it.
I haven't seen your dad. It's so funny how your dad
Why
is
would you
like
have seen my
super
dad?
nice to me whenever I see him, considering all the shit we put him through as like teenagers. And
Cruel,
like
pitch,
I
cruel,
was
cruel,
like I was one of those people who was like quite like, you know, not like the ringleader. I think we definitely know who the ringleader was.
well, yeah,
And
we do.
but I was like always there, causing havoc. And he's always so nice to me whenever I see him. Always wants to have a chat. And then with fucking what's his name? Our friend Wes. Yeah, that's the name. Wesley. It won't even acknowledge his existence when he sees him, even though he didn't actually do him that dirty.
He probably doesn't
I
recognize
think is hilarious.
Wes, you know, now that he's 6'8" and absolutely bulging with muscle. He just doesn't recognize him, that's all. Yeah, he's rippling at the most incredible core strength I've ever seen.
Maybe there's a certain amount of respect there because of the fact that we put him through so much shit. He almost respects us for it. Like
No.
he was like, yeah,
I assure you that's
I was
not
the
his
authority.
feeling at all.
you know what? But I remember that time you robbed my son. Hey, I respect it now. That took balls.
Yeah.
You guys pulled
Well-
off an impressive heist.
More of a burglary, yeah, more of a heist, I suppose it was.
Yeah, it was a
If
heist.
you could call it
We
that.
replaced your Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 with what was it? Fucking My Little Pony or some shit.
Yeah, or SingStar, like Lego SingStar or something fucking preposterous. But
I just remember that whole conversation was so funny because apparently we thought you were going to be freaking out, but you were just like, where the fuck's my Modern Warfare 2? Like, where is it?
was
And your dad was just like,
annoyed, yeah.
who's in my house? Who's here? Someone's here.
I mean, it was just one of you bozos fucking coming in and swapping shit.
But yeah, we were like riding past like maybe like a couple of days later, and he saw us like somehow through the hedges of your old house. He saw us and like sprinted out and like
always waiting.
stopped us in our tracks on our bikes. Like, gave us a certain talking to.
Yeah, good. Just stealing shit from me, trying to play my Modern Warfare
And he,
2.
I just remember he was like now, he was like, Dom wasn't scared. I was scared. Okay, I was scared.
I'm glad that he didn't like sell me out as being a bitch. Being like, he was shaking in his boots, boys. He was crying. He was crying and
you
he
should
was,
have. You don't understand what it's like.
he was sobbing.
Have you ever seen your son curl up in a ball and shit himself because he can't play his Modern Warfare 2? No,
Well-
I had to deal with that. I had to wipe his ass.
It's funny because that exact thing, I actually did the same thing to somebody else, but they did cry, and I got into lots of trouble.
Ah, yeah, I know.
When I took their Halo Reach when it first came, when it first dropped, they had a little cry. You're listening out there? You can get it together.
What's he up to these days? I know what the
No,
big man's up to,
fucking,
but what's the little man up to? Or is he also
Little
big?
man,
Are they both tall?
he's big as well, but he has a full beard.
I just
as far
remember
as
big,
I'm aware.
small. True.
Small and portly as he was. But I think
All right.
he's stretched himself out a little bit.
Yeah, true. Stretched himself. Good on him. So, how do you want to close this? Do you have anything?
I don't
Wanna
want
finish
to
off with?
Jeez. No, do you have a story? We didn't do one at the top.
Actually, I do. I kind of have. It's not really a story. It's more of a annoyance. Something that like happened that was kind of frustrating. I went to this club here, and like it's not really a club. It's more of a bar /club.
Okay.
And the DJ was doing this really fucking annoying thing where they would play single verses of songs and then just go into another song after a single verse.
Hell yeah.
And it's just so frustrating because like you get into the groove and it wouldn't like the transitions were not clean. Like we went from fucking, I think it was Justin Timberlake, like what comes around, absolute banger, classic.
Mm-hmm.
And then it went into that fucking like Cotton Eye Joe or some shit, and it's just so jarring, and I hated every second of it. And I wish they would never not do that, where they just play a verse of like a fantastic song and just jump into another verse of something that is completely different, like no sort of subtlety. Yeah, that was more of it. That was my rant today.
Yeah,
just don't do that. If you're a DJ, don't do that shit because it's terrible.
Play full songs,
I hate it.
play full mixes. You should put your hand up and do some DJ, man.
Well, I really want to do like an emo night. Like I want to go like do like to one of those emo nights, and like where they play like all the like classic songs from that I was always embarrassed to listen to when I was younger. But now I'm older and I don't really care. I love them.
Sure, yeah.
With everything in my heart. Yeah.
Don't need to be ashamed anymore.
I might like work on a little mix on that and then like push it around and be like, hey, you guys want to do like an emo night? That would be pretty fun, yeah?
I got a full, you can just plug this iPod straight in, man.
Yeah, I got this iPod
I got
from
the playlist
high school
already.
I don't even need to fucking make a mix. It's ready to go. Let's put this bad boy on shuffle.
Found my iPod from 9th grade, my secret one that I didn't show anybody because I was embarrassed. And I think you guys should just plug this bad boy in and go on the UE Mini Boo and just go for your life.
Do you guys have the old iPod chargers though? Because I don't. This isn't charged because they don't make those anymore. So
they don't make the 2007 version of
those
the charger.
Big rectangular things. Yeah.
I still have my old iPod Touch. It must be in my drawer, it got locked for 44 years by the staff of a local KFC restaurant when I left it there.
That's so good.
And I ended up getting it back. I left it at KFC. I ended up getting it back because I went out and as a joke, my lock screen was like a picture of me. And then they recognized, they're like, oh my God, someone was like, hey, you're the guy from the like iPod that we try to unlock every single time it becomes available to try to unlock sitting at KFC. And I got it back and it was locked for 44 years somehow. Legitimately,
it's like
44 years.
That's like a good time capsule though, I feel. So you're gonna unlock that in like 44 years and you'll be like, damn, those are the days.
I don't know if it's. I don't think the hard drive's gonna keep its stability for the next 30 odd years.
Give it time, man. Those things are pretty solid. Do you remember when I lost mine at your place? Like, and I didn't. It was in the couch for like 4 years.
I remember
like,
that. Yeah.
And you just like your dad just moved the couch and was like, "There's an iPod here," and I'm like, "I'm pretty sure." Sure that's Nate's from like a party, and I blamed someone for stealing mine. Like at the party, I was like, "You stole my iPod."
I remember you blamed, and we took revenge.
We took revenge.
Like stole his iPod. Stole his iPod while we were at a party.
No, because I think he stole someone's iPod or something like that, according to someone, and so
right.
No,
so
someone
were like,
stole
the serial iPod thing.
No. So someone stole. He stole someone's iPod. No, wait. Sorry. I'm going back. Someone stole his iPod at a previous party, and I'm pretty sure he thought it was Wes. And so he thought that because Wes was using my iPod, he thought that was his. So Wes thought that he stole it back as like revenge. So then I think we just did it again. We stole his. And then it turns out it was just in the couch, lost in the couch for like 4 years.
If you're listening,
and it still worked.
About that.
Yeah. Sorry, man. Still worked. I plugged that bad boy in and whoo, it was gone.
There you go. Blink was blasting no turn.
And that's right, the background photo was that super zoomed in face of T-Pain. It was so pixelated. It was so perfect. I'm pretty sure that's how you knew it was mine, because it had T-Pain on the fucking screen.
Yeah, as you could identify it. And you were shaking down the guy who you thought stole it. Show me your iPod if it has fucking T-Pain on the front, doesn't it? Oh, you changed it. Did you change it to a picture of your family?
You're a quick bastard. I'll give you that.
Good stuff. But that's going to do us for today. Thanks for getting the tools with this, everybody. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. We've gone just over. I think I'm going to have to cut this one down a trifle, but hopefully had a good time. We'll see you all next week.
All right. Adios. Bye.
Peace.